Aston Martin DB11 Volante 2018 review. The DB11 Volante is the first convertible variant of Aston Martin's new model generation. How does it compare to the likes of the new Ferrari Portofino? What is it? This handsome thing is the Aston Martin DB11 Volante. Aston created a new architecture for the DB11, replacing the old aluminium V8 platform that underpinned everything it made with the new aluminium one, which will eventually underpin most things it will make. And it was pretty good when it landed. Really good, in fact. Still, ever since that first introduction of it, in the DB11 V12 coupe, Aston's engineers have been tweaking and amending it. You'll read about what they've done for the Vantage soon enough, and they've learned a thing or two along the way. Here they've learned how to attach a soft top to it, rather handsomely, I'd say. The key is getting enough layers in it to insulate, but not so many that it's heavily pronounced. They're proud of how little space it takes up behind the rear seats, and how much room it still leaves in the boot. There's a sliding divider in there, but with the roof up, and the divider out of the way, there's 206 liters of boot space, 20% more than in a DB9 Volante. Other numbers? Despite stiffening in the sills, by increasing the metal's wall thickness, 45% more rigid bushes in the isolated rear subframe, and redesigning what they colloquially call the garden gate dash across member that runs across the car ahead of the engine and locates to the cast suspension mounts, the chassis torsional rigidity has fallen from 34 kN/dig on the coupe to 22 kN/dig here. That, though, is considerably more than the 14.7 kN/dig of the DB9 Volante, and anything over 20 kN/dig gives engineers something fairly rigid to work with. It adds a bit to the weight of this V8-only model, mind, 110 kg over the DB11 V8 coupe, leaving it the same weight as a V12 coupe. The hood operates quietly, at up to 31 miles per hour. It adds £15,000 to the coupe's price. What's it like? The engine, Mercedes-AMG's 4.0-litre bi-turbo V8 with the 503 bhp Aston tune, sits at the front as it is in the coupe, using the same exhaust so there's no extra noise, driving the rear wheels through an 8-speed automatic gearbox. There are tweaks to springs and dampers to compensate for the high, rearward application of weight. The distribution is a couple of percent rearward, at 47-53 front to rear, but fundamentally the Volante retains a similar character to the coupe. I think it rides just as well, and has the benign, easy handling balance in crummy conditions that made the V8 coupe finish well up the order at our Britain's Best Drivers Car Shootout last December. If anything, I think it steers even better. In stiffening that garden gate, Aston has discovered a bit more about the underpinning platform, and the extra strength has translated to improved steering response and feel. It's still not as rich with messages as, say, the outgoing V12 Vantage, but not much in motordom is. What it has done is lift the DB11's rack closer to the top of the game for electrically assisted systems. Further from the top of the game is the DB11's interior. In isolation, it's mostly fine, although the air vents don't belong in a £160,000 car, and the digital instrument display colors are a bit ZX Spectrum. But take a look at it after, say, the new Bentley Continental GT and you'll see what you're missing. Should I buy one? Bear in mind that as well as missing some Bentley-style luxuries, what the Aston is also missing is more than a third of a ton of the Bentley's curb weight. The Aston, at 1,870 kilograms, still hovers around the sports end of the sports GT market, then, which leaves it in a fairly unusual space, more expensive than Porsches, more GT-ish than junior supercars, and more agile than four-wheel drive machines. Its space in the market it fills rather compellingly. Aston Martin DB11 Volante. Where Nice, France on sale now, priced £159,900, engine V8, 3982cc, twin turbocharged petrol, power 503 bhp at 6,000 revolutions per minute to torque 514 pounds-foot at 2,000 to 5,000 revolutions per minute, gearbox 8-speed automatic, curb weight 1,870 kilograms, top speed 0 to 62 miles per hour, fuel economy 28.3 miles per gallon, CO2 230 grams/km, 37% rivals Bentley Continental GT, Ferrari Portofino.